Into the rusty torchlights came a green master figure. His skin-tight suit of black ewes hung in slashed ribbons, exposing his young, pale torso spattered with blood. The instrument grew flattened against the walls. So did Professor Duffy. But you're dead, Hot cried. We saw your body, said Dot. Ryan killed you, said Kiko. The snake's ice blue eyes glared through his mask. From behind his back, he produced one of Anada's wings, the warden's weapon in his grip. The snake raised a finger, and the scaly black screen covering his fingertip turned knife sharp. The words let out a terrible squeak. No! Anada screamed. The snake stabbed the words in the heart and dropped it to the floor. My guards are searching for the two you sent to find Merlin and Agatha, he said in a crisp, deep voice as he walked away. Next one I find, I'll kill one of you too. He didn't look back. The iron door flooded behind him. Anada scrambled forward, reaching through the cell bars and scraping her words into her hands, but it was too late. She sobbed, clenching it against her chest as she curled into a corner. Hot, Nicola, and Dot tried to comfort her, but she was crying so hard she started to shiver. Only when Hester touched her did Anada's voice slowly soften. She was so scared. Anada now sniffled, shearing off a patch of her dress and wrapping her wet body in it. She looked right at me, knowing she was going to die. She was a faithful henchman to the end, Hester soothed. Anada buried her head in her friend's shoulder. How did the snake know the other ones were searching for Merlin and Agatha? Hot blurted, as if there was no more time to mourn. Forget that, said Nicola. How is the snake alive? Hester's stomach plunged. That thing I saw through the hole, I didn't think it could be, she said, watching her demon still hammering at the stone crack, undeterred by the snake. She turned to the group. It was a scream. So he was listening the whole time, Beatrix said. That means he knows about everything, said Hot, pointing at the hole. No way can we send a message to Sophie. Scream's probably still out there, listening to us right now. Spooked, they turned to Professor Duffy, who was peering down the hall towards the staircase. What is it? Asked Hester. His voice, said Duffy. It's the first time I've heard it, but it sounded familiar. The crew looked at each other blankly. Then they turned into the king still booming from beyond. I grew up with nothing, and now I'm your king. Sophie grew up a warrior and will now be your queen. We are just like you. Actually, he sounded a bit like Ryan, said Hester. A lot like Ryan, said William and Borden at once. Exactly like Ryan, Professor Duffy concluded. A crackling noise came from the wall. Hester's demon had wedged loose another pebble-sized stone above the hole, opening it up further before he had exhausted all strength and collapsed back into his master's neck. I can see the stage now, said Nicola, putting her eye to the hole. Just barely. Good. We can't mirror spell it here. I can't do it for myself, but Hester can, said Professor Duffy. Hester, It's the charm I taught you after Sophie moved it into the schoolmaster tower. The one that lets you and me spy on her to make sure she wasn't voodoo hazing me or summoning the ghost of Raffle. Professor, how many times do I have to tell you magic doesn't work inside the dungeons? Hester glowed. Inside the dungeons, the dean repeated. Hester's eyes flared. This was why Dauphin was a dean and she was still a student. She should never have doubted her. Quickly, Hester hurried to the wall, slipped her fingertip through the tiny hole and into the summer heat. She felt her finger glow at her face and Cecil bright red. The first rule of magic is that it follows emotion, and when it came to her hatred of Ryan, she had enough to light up all of Camelot. Should we really be doing this? Kiko asked. If the screams are there, how about I kill you so you don't have to worry? Hester fired back. Kiko pursed her lips. She's right, though, Hester thought sourly. The scream could be outside the hole, listening, but they had to take the chance. A closer look at the stage would let them see Sophie with Ryan. It would let them see whose side Sophie was really on. Quickly, Hester lighted up her eye to the hole, so she had a view of the stage, which looked like a matchbox from this far away. Even worse, just as Nicholas said, she couldn't see the front of the stage, only a view from the side, with Ryan and Sophie's back to her, high above the crowd. Still, it would have to do. Hester aimed her finger glow directly at Sophie and Ryan. With half her mind, she focused on the stage angle she wanted to spy on. With the other half, she focused on the dank, dirty cell in front of her. Refractor Asimova, she whispered. At once, a two-dimensional projection appeared inside the prison cell, floating in the air like a screen. With colors muted, like a faded painting, the projection offered them a magnified view of what was happening on the Blue Tower balcony in real time. In this view, they could observe Ryan and Sophie close up, though only in profile. So a mirror spell can let you see anything bigger from far away? Hot said, wide-eyed. Why didn't anyone show me this spell at school? Because we all know how you would have used it, Professor Dauphin shouted. Why aren't we watching them from the front? Beatrix complained, studying Ryan and Sophie. I can't see their faces. The spell magnifies the angle I can see through the hole, said Hester testily. And from here, I can only see the stage from the inside.